Ano nangyari sa mga laptops? Let's talk. Mac laptops with Apple Silicon has been dominating the ARM-based laptops dito sa Philippines. But Windows, syempre, hindi sila magpapahuli sa trend na ARM-based chips together with Qualcomm with their own Snapdragon X Elite and X Plus. Now, mga ARM-based laptops na Windows andito na sa Philippines. And they are now playing their own game to compete against Apple Silicon MacBooks. And heto yan, si Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 and VivoBook S15 Snapdragon. Pero syempre wala tayong demo unit sa Asus VivoBook S15 Snapdragon. Let's just focus na lang sa Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5. So, ano yung ARM-based processor na yon? And ano yon? Hindi ko siya maintindihan bakit bago ko na siya narinig. Well, apparently, let's understand that first. ARM-based has been dominating the mobile space. Like sa smartphones natin, our smartphone is using the ARM-based chips or ARM-based architectured na chipset. Pero yung mga players na dyan na nag-manufacture ng mga ARM-based processors is no other than, number one, Apple. Siyempre yung mga A series at M series nila, Qualcomm with their Snapdragon, Samsung Exynos, MediaTek at Unisoc. These are the players na nag-manufacture ng mga ARM-based chips to your smartphones and syempre sa mga laptops mismo. Pero bakit siya ginamit sa mga mobile space na yun? So, let's talk about it. ARM-based is based on the RISC architecture or reduced instruction set computer machine, meaning it executes single instructions, like millions of single instructions in one cycle. So simply put that kung nasa math class ka, there are ton of calculations and equations to solve it, but to simplify these calculations para mabilis intindihin, syempre, hanap ka ng mga shortcuts. Pero, when the shortcuts are being implemented sa isang math equation and ilalagay na natin sa blackboard, mabilis yan matutunan ng mga estudyante because of the shortcut method. And this is how the RISC architecture works. I mean, hindi ako expert sa mga semiconductors na yan, but I only studied this on the internet and explain its functions and yung concepts niya. Pero if may mali ako, then just leave it to the semiconductor engineers and expert. Kasi napaka-complex intindihin yung mga semiconductors na yun. These ARM-based laptops, well, hindi siya bagong technology. Like, around years ago, maybe 2012 or 2010, when they introduced the Chromebooks. I don't know what year, but they introduced the ARM-based Chromebooks powered with MediaTek Companion, which apparently it's not as good. But Apple decides to step up their own game na why not make MacBooks ARM-based, which is called as Apple Silicon. And it became successful sa kanilang M1 MacBooks like this one, the MacBook Air powered with M1. Pero Qualcomm saw that opportunity kasi successful yung mga MacBooks na powered sa M1, which is ARM-based. So Qualcomm said that, okay, it's a good opportunity for us. So why not we create our own ARM-based chips for computers in order to compete with Apple. Now they acquired Nuvia to create the most powerful cores, which is the Orion chips. But these Orion chips are present sa mga current smartphones na naka Snapdragon 8 Elite. Yes, the Snapdragon 8 Elite is the first chipset to use the Orion-based cores sa mobile. Because these Orion chips are firstly made from the Snapdragon X series. I have been using this MacBook Air M1 for a month now with the new macOS Sequoia 15.2 with Apple Intelligence. Yes, that's an update. Meron na Apple Intelligence yung macOS 15.2 Sequoia. So go ahead and install. Pero, in my own experience, everything just went smoothly on the MacBook Air M1. It's fast, reliable, smooth, and it lasted me around 3 days with standby and use. The use like productivity, for example, video editing, making scripts for this content right here, and the same time with the teaching demos and creating assignments, yun lang yung gamit ko. Like, basic productivity. Pero syempre with standby, like for example, patay yung laptop ko for the whole day, it doesn't drain a single charge. And the best example din dito, because it's an ARM-based chip, hindi siya uminit ng mabilis. So, Apple implemented all the cooling systems to cool down the M1 chip with no fan. Napunta tayo sa Windows na laptops. The Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 will also have the same thing as the MacBooks, except na meron lang siya cooling fan, si Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5. Baka i-bash nyo naman ako na, hindi man ang parehas yung MacBook at Windows laptop. Magkaiba sila performance. Magkaiba naman sila operating system. No. What I am trying to say is that both Windows and MacBooks that are in the same ARM-based laptops, they will also behave the same way as I experienced. Example, yung MacBook Air M1 ko, makunat yung battery, it lasted me around 3 days or maybe 4 days without a single charge. Like sa usage, for example, 4 hours of productivity, like creating assignments, creating scripts, creating videos, etc. Then shut down or sleep yung laptop sa ilang oras or standby because of my experience sa MacBook Air M1 ko. Then, parehas din yan sa mga Snapdragon na laptops. Or, baka mas makunat yung mga Snapdragon na laptops kaysa sa MacBook Air M1 ko. For short, kung ano yung behavior ng ARM-based laptop, gayon din sa mga ARM-based na laptop na iba. Like, when Apple has that ARM-based chips, will also have the same behavior as the Windows ARM-based chips. Just like I said, meron lang cooling fan si Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 because it's a different cooling system compared sa normal na cooling system na ginawa ni Apple dito sa MacBook Air M1. Like, ginawa nila yung cooling system just like other smartphones na they just use tons of heat sinks and other such na para mangin cool yung isang chipset. But, syempre, the cooling fan is still silent because it consumes less of the power and of course, it's less heat generated compared to the x86 laptops. So what I mean is that because the x86 laptop is more power consuming and at the same time, it requires tons of power para ma-enhance yung performance niya. So of course, you will just hear that the cooling fans will just whirl as you perform all these daily tasks, like gaming. So, the MacBook Air M1, because it doesn't have cooling fan, wala siyang noise. But for the Snapdragon laptops na may cooling fan, maybe it will whirl up, pero hindi sa ganoon since it generates less of the heat despite being performance intensive. Now, let's talk about the performance ng mga ARM-based laptops. Well, it behaves like a normal laptop could do. Nope, I'm not talking about the gaming performance, but the overall basic native app performances, like yung mga productivity apps natin. For example, yung mga tipong assignments, video editing, photo editing, whatever you use, that type of performance. Pero, the MacBook Air M1 is simply one of them that has the consistent type of performance, even sa mga MacBook M2 at M3. But in Windows, I could feel the same speed and consistency kagaya sa MacBook Air o I think mga pataas na M2 and M3s, but I haven't experienced much on the Windows laptop. Siyempre, I have used it slightly. I'm gonna say na very speedy naman yung operations. Like for example, just opening an applications, it's very speedy. Pero when it comes to actual performance, syempre because my MacBook Air M1 is an ARM-based chip, dito muna tayo mabanggit. Sa processing naman sa MacBook Air M1 ko, it's great. Like from DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, syempre mga video editings, it doesn't break a sweat. Even from those basic productivity apps, mabilis yung export ng videos dito or all that basic processing na ginawa ng MacBook Air M1 ko, just doesn't break the sweat. What I like about the ARM-based laptops is meron silang image processing chip, which similar to a smartphone, may image processing chip rin para maganda yung camera. Pero heto yung nakakatawa no, na bakit kailangan pang may image processing chip yung mga laptops niyon? Hindi naman sila smartphone, laptop sila. Well, there is a benefit to this factor na kailangan yon. Because if you compared sa dalawang laptops na to, the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 5 Snapdragon Edition, and beside of it is the IdeaPad powered by AMD Ryzen. And this is how it looks like sa dalawang cameras na to. So hey, the camera looks... Actually, the image processing is slightly better compared to the rest. I mean, from the x86 processor, so if we take a look the same way, so ganito, this is how the quality looks like on an x86 Ryzen 7. Since my built-in image processing chip dito, so the Snapdragon laptops have a better image processing compared sa dito na medyo grainy. Same story sa MacBook Air M1 ko. Even though it's very noisy, but it gets the job done controlling every detail of it and the colors ng MacBook Air M1 ko mismo. And thanks to that image processing chip, it makes it even better. Of course, di ko rin malimutan kahit maganda yung image processing ng Snapdragon laptops compared sa x86 laptop, webcam is still webcam. So hindi pa rin siya on par with the smartphone's camera kahit may image processing pa yung mga ARM-based laptops. ARM-based laptops are well integrated with simple detail of how a laptop behaves. For example, mabilis na performance, basic productivity tasks, doesn't break a sweat, or any performance task that you go through with this laptop, wala yun sa ARM-based laptops. So, syempre, may benefits din talaga yung mga ARM-based chipset. Now, there is also one factor that will hinder your thoughts of buying one of it. Even though it's a great benefit of using an ARM-based laptop, syempre because of its flawless performance and flawless battery life, take note that ARM-based laptops are still on a premature stage or premature phase. Meaning, hindi pa siya gaanon ka-dominant sa market compared to the other laptops like the x86 ones, which means that some of the softwares are not yet supported on ARM. Take note, for example, is that some of the native apps, the applications that we daily use, like for example, the Microsoft Offices, are still supported on the ARM-based versions. However, hindi lahat ng mga applications are well integrated sa ARM. For example, the Google Drives doesn't work here because it's an x86 program. Some of the applications, games, are also not yet integrated into ARM. So bakit ba? Because majority ng mga softwares natin na ginagamit are based on the x86 architecture, which I will give that score sa mga x86 na mga laptops. So take note, for example, is when you install an x86 application sa ARM laptop, it will give you an unoptimized experience. Meaning, hindi siya ganon ka-optimize. Like, for example, it will lag and maraming glitches na mangyari. So, it's basically like pumunta ka sa ibang bansa na hindi mo alam yung lengguwahe nila at hindi mo maintindihan yung kanilang lengguwahe. So, how to solve this problem is that, syempre, kailangan natin yung translator. And the same rin dito sa mga computers, both ARM and x86. Say hello to the emulators, which is a translation software for the x86 applications to work on ARM. Yan yung translation software nila. So what these emulator softwares do is that, for example is, syempre, meron ka ng translation software, pwede ka na makakommunicate sa taga-ibang bansa para maintindihan mo kanilang lengguwahe. Now, there are two types of emulators, which is the Rosetta 2 for macOS and Microsoft Prism for Windows. These two emulated apps will help you solve the problem to run x86 applications to ARM. Now, this will help you running your favorite applications to your ARM-based laptop. Just sort of, actually. So, meaning, hindi pa siya ganoon ka-reliable but it's 100% effective. Ito yung problema is that even though that these emulators can run your applications perfectly, meron ibang pa ring applications na baka maka-issue rin sa emulators. So, take this as an example na translation gone wrong. For example is that imbes na mag-greet yung ARM na laptop sa iyo na Kong Hei Fat Choi, baka ma-translate sa kanila is Kong Hei baka ma-wrong translation sila, which means another barrier sa communication. So, which means that some of the applications might not work on the emulators, so you have to take note on that. Pero tip for everyone is that hindi lang kayo mag-discourage na bumili ng ARM-based laptop. I mean, it depends on you. Pero for me is that the ARM-based laptops is great, pero it requires some tons of patience until the ARM-based laptops are dominant na sa mga markets, which means they are now able to compete with the x86 laptops. Meron din tong benefits, and this is also a key factor na bakit kailangan mga ARM-based laptops is because of Microsoft's integration to AI tools. ARM chipsets has a powerful NPU, so meaning very powerful enough siya that it has its own NPU without relying on the CPU cores and the GPU. So meaning, pwede mo siya magamit, like for example, yung Apple Studio Lighting, Portrait, Interactive Emotions, which hindi na kailangan yung GPU at CPU to pull through, just only the NPU. To conclude is that, syempre mabilis yung integration ng technology natin, so the ARM-based laptops is one of them. So now we are continuing to see the future of these ARM-based laptops na mangin dominant siya in the market for few years sa mga laptop space. This is Hikaru Tsuyokata, and please subscribe.